So we get now to average cost, FIFO, LIFO, all that good stuff. It's easy to get kind of lost in what you're doing with inventory, so I like to kind of back up and just, what are we doing here? So we're trying to adopt a cost flow assumption, and FIFO, LIFO, average cost, those are cost flow assumptions. Which inventory of the inventory we had available is cost of goods sold, and which is our ending inventory. Cost flow assumption determines that. So our goal as an accountant is to find the ending inventory, hopefully by the end of the accounting period, so we can come up with cost of goods sold and gross profit. So just to review a little bit, what do we need to know? First, we need to know how much inventory is in our warehouse. We need an accurate count of that. Then we have to say, do we own other inventory that's not in our warehouse? Do we have goods out on consignment somewhere else? If so, those are in our inventory until they're sold to a third party. Do we have trucks coming towards us from our suppliers, FOB shipping point? Those goods in the trucks, not in our warehouse, are our inventory. Do we have goods we've shipped to a customer that are FOB destination? Those are still our goods. So once we go through the procedure and we get what an actual inventory count of what we have, and this would be sort of a in writing way to do that, then we can say, okay, so which of those goods did we sell, and which do we still have, and that's how we're going to assign some of them to cost of goods sold and the rest to ending inventory. Okay, so we've got different methods to do this. One is the specific identification method, and this is not used a whole lot, but as you can see, it would be like where you have unique items. You've got jewelry, fur coats, yachts, pianos, things like that, where yes, we paid this amount for this piano and we just sold it to our customer for this amount. That's specific identification. If you have, like the example here is, say you've got 3 rare coins that you bought at different points. They're all the same coin, but the same type of coin, at different costs. You can manipulate the gross profit, cost of goods sold, by which one you pick, but it can match the physical flow of goods. Anyway, specific identification. The next, the cost flow assumption is average cost, and these where this is the periodic is what you did in AC 102, where you just take the total cost of the inventory divided by the total unit you had available to sell. You get an average cost per unit. You apply that average cost to both your ending inventory and your cost of goods sold, however many units you have left times that average cost. Here we get into a much more confusing method, the moving average method, and this is with a perpetual system, and we'll see how that works. Basically, you have to recompute the average cost after each purchase. Okay, so average cost, a little less easy to manipulate because you're just averaging everything together. The other assumptions we'll look at would be FIFO and LIFO, but let's start with FIFO. First in, first out. Your ending inventory is your most recent purchases. Your cost of goods sold will be the items that you purchased first. And then LIFO is just the opposite. Your ending inventory, last in, first out. So your ending inventory is your most recent items, and your cost of goods sold are your oldest items. Okay, so doing LIFO periodic and perpetual, we've done the periodic for both of them in AC 102. The perpetual is much more confusing, but it's not that bad. So what we'll end up doing in here is we will do, I'll take you through an inventory example that will go through all of these, and in addition, no extra charge for this, we'll do FIFO and LIFO in units only. You'll run into all of these variations on your homework, so it's probably not a bad thing to go through them all. So I want to just go through an exercise next that will sort of compare how the different methods come out.